Cookie's getting a major buff. We've got increased attack by 13%, increased defense by 4.76%, increased HP by 9.3%. The skill duration changed from 8 seconds now to 10, has a 20% chance to stun for 1 second now while attacking in transformation, and last but not least, he's going to be more resistant to interrupting effects while utilizing his transformation. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations. In today's video, we're going to be testing out the brand new buffs for Werewolf Cookie and deciding if it's going to be worth your time to build or not. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Diving right in, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see here, we've got the epic Werewolf Cookie at a max level 70. And yes, I did invest the experience star jellies with this one and not utilize the Hall of Ancient Heroes. I don't know why, but I've always had a soft heart for Werewolf Cookie, so I'm really hoping that these buffs are promising and we can actually use him. Unfortunately for his skill, we ran out of charge powder, so it's only going to be sitting currently at level 64 out of 70. And as you're already aware here, level 70 is now the new cap. Therefore, it requires a lot more skill powder and a lot more experienced star jellies in order for us to fully max them out. Check it out, the new skill description. We've got transformation. It's going to be on an 11-second cooldown. Take his wolf form, causing area damage. In wolf form, Werewolf Cookie has increased HP, becomes resistant to interrupting effects, and does more powerful double strike regular attacks. Targets hit by double strikes may be stunned. And then in gray here, we've got the transformation is going to be giving him a plus 20% HP for 10 seconds. The single hit damage is going to be 206.9% at the current level that I have it at. The regular attack damage during transformation is going to be 137.2%. The transformation is going to have a 20% chance of stun for 1 second on each regular attack. Okay, so very interesting here. I'm excited to test out this 20% chance to stun on regular attacks, and not only that, see his overall damage output in general when it comes to his transformation, and things like the world exploration, specific boss stages, and not only that, also in the current meta for PvP. Alrighty, so then as far as overall toppings go, we've got two different sets. The very first set we've got, that's going to bring us the Searing Raspberry set, trying to get as much damage resistance as we possibly can via the substats without sacrificing a ton of attack. Now, when it comes to Werewolf Cookie here, obviously he's a frontline charge unit, so he's going to be placed in the front row, meaning he's going to take a lot of incoming damage. And with that being said, we need the damage resistance there as much as possible, even on a set like Searing Raspberries, so he can stay alive. Now, the second set we're going to be testing out as well, and that's going to be a full solid almond set. Naturally, we're going to be reducing our attack by a lot here. However, though, we're going to be doubling our damage resistance all the way up to 43.8%. And now, as I just mentioned here, Werewolf Cookie is a frontline unit. Therefore, he's going to be taking a ton of incoming damage. So naturally, you're going to need a full solid almond set, especially for the top tiers of Arena. If he has any chance of holding his own, he needs to be running a full solid almond set and then utilizing the additional buffs provided by cookies, treasures, and then also the timer. Alrighty, so then officially diving into some gameplay here, we're going to be running him on stage 11-1, the Berry Jungle Solo. We're going to be utilizing the Searing Raspberry set here first, again, to just test out his overall damage output. And for the treasures, we're going to be utilizing the Jelly Watch, the Old Pilgrim Scroll, and then also the Scythe. And the reason why we're going to be running this on stage 11-1 is going to be because there are a ton of enemies that spawn on this level. And not only that, because his modifiers on his skill are AoE damage with his double strike, and not only that, now a 20% chance to stun for 1 second. So we're going to get in here, test it out against all these enemies. So officially diving in here on a one-time speed. Now, there's a couple of things I want to talk about and point out. First of all here, his AoE ability can hit everybody that's going to be on the front line. This is a total of 5 individual enemies. And again, while he's in his transformation here, that's the only time that he can have the chance to pop off a stun for 20% chance, all right? Not only that, a second thing to keep in mind here is that in his transformation, it does not stun every single cookie if it does happen to proc. It seems to be a 20% chance on each enemy, no matter if they get hit or not by his AoE double strike. But nevertheless here, he does not seem to have any issue whatsoever beating this stage and killing all these individual mobs. So I think the AoE damage is definitely something to, consider here. But my only concern is we've got a lot of AoE cookies that we could utilize in his placement, and a lot of frontline charge unit and, defense units that I'm not really sure who I would swap off, on a given team or a meta team, I would say, to utilize, Werewolf Cookie. But nevertheless, definitely going to be somebody to consider, especially if you are early game and you need some AoE damage with a slight, stun. Alrighty, so very interesting here. Well, the one big thing I want to talk about, and that's going to be the reason why I did not run him on stage like 1130 or 830 is going to be because, one, he, flew through 830 being max level 70, with flying colors. But two, he's not really made for a boss. I mean, he has AoE damage, which again, number one, is not good for single targets, aka bosses, and not only that, bosses are immune to stun, so he's not really made for that. Instead, I wanted to show you guys the AoE ability on his skill, and not only that 20% chance to stun. And then also, guys, here, don't forget, we do have that second set of that full solid almond set. The only difference here, though, is going to be he's going to be doing less damage, however, though, increasing his survivability. Alrighty, so then now officially diving into some PvP. What we've went ahead and done here is we're going to be basically taking the triple tank composition, utilizing dark cacao, wild berry, Maddie, caramel arrow, and pomegranate, and instead we're going to be taking out Madeline here, and we're going to be putting in Werewolf Cookie for their place. As far as all three treasures go, we're going to be running the Old Pilgrim Scroll, the robe, and then also the sign. Diving right into this toppings here, we've got Wild Berry Cookie running a full solid almond set. Again, just trying to maximize damage resistance. You can see we've got 46.1% here. We just want to make sure he stays alive. The second cookie we've got, and that's going to be Werewolf. Once again, running a full solid almond set here. We pretty much just jacked Maddie's toppings, placed him here on Werewolf. We're trying to get as much damage resistance as you can see here. We're going to be rocking that 35% damage resistance. And then not only that, we also want to make sure that he does have that higher attack speed on the team to make sure he gets the buff provided from the robe. The third cookie we've got, and that's going to be Dark Cacao. Again, running a full solid almond set here, just trying to maximize overall damage resistance. The fourth cookie we've got, and that's going to be Caramel Arrow, running a full crit percent build. Again, we were able to achieve 20% damage resistance via the substats on top of the 55.8% crit percent. Then if you are curious, I've said this multiple times in other videos, I am utilizing a crit build on Caramel Arrow, specifically because I am utilizing Pomegranate. Pomegranate provides the attack buff on top of the Old Pilgrim Scrolls attack buff, and last but not least, the timing buff that happens in the overall arena as the match ticks down. And then last but not least here for Caramel Arrow, you also need her to have the second highest attack on the team to make sure that she also receives the buff from the robe. And then last but not least here we've got, and that's going to be Pomegranate running a full Swift Chocolate set. Again, just trying to keep her skill up as often as possible to take advantage of the attack buff. Alrighty, so then diving into our very first match we've got for Arena, they're going to be in Diamond 1, and this is just going to be a random person on my list to beat. They're going to be running the double tank comp, potentially the triple tank comp. It really just depends on what they've got in the middle line that we can't see. They're all level 70 here. They've got a 1.2 million attack power. They're going to be running the Old Pilgrim Scroll, the Revive Feather, and then also the Jelly Watch. Alrighty, so officially diving in here, they are going to be running Frost Queen and Eclair, it looks like. So I'm not even sure if we can even beat this one, but nevertheless, we might get lucky. I'm not sure. Again, I'm just going to test this out to see how good Werewolf could be, and can it replace Maddie here in a triple tank comp, all right? So again, max level 70, not max level 70 skill, unfortunately. But nevertheless, it's not looking good for our team unless if Caramel Arrow can pull it out. Ooh! Not looking good. Oh, we did get the win. Never mind. Caramel Arrow with the clutch. Okay, I spoke too soon. Let's check out the overall numbers, dude. Okay, very interesting. So 1.6 million on Wildberry, 1.1 million here coming in for Werewolf, 1.6 million coming in on Dark Cacao, 3.3 million on Caramel Arrow because, she's definitely carrying this team. And then we've also got 89,000 here on Pomegranate. Very interesting. Alrighty, so then diving into a second match here. This one looks like it's potentially a T-Knight team. So if it's going to be a T-Knight team and T-Knight happens to live to the very end, this absolutely might just turn into a complete wash and we lose. But nevertheless, let's dive in here and check it out. Again, they're going to be running the Old Pilgrim Scroll, the Revive Feather, and then this time the Insignia. Alrighty, so officially diving in here, man, I'm kind of nervous. It is T-Knight. I figured it was going to be T-Knight. I don't know. Can we kill him fast enough? That's the thing. If we can make sure that he's not the last one alive, but he's not going down. Oh, it's not looking good. I don't think we have enough damage resistance on this team to outlive T-Knight here, but hopefully we can kill him faster. Oh, he's the last one alive, and he's got his buffs. Oh, do we get him? Do we get him? No way. No way. Oh, Werewolf lives to the end, dude. Let's go. All right, very nice. And as far as overall damage goes, man, we've got 600,000 here for Wildberry Cookie. We've got 1.1 million for Werewolf. We've got almost 1 million for Dark Cacao. We got 3.1 million on Caramel Arrow, and then obviously 73,000 here for Pomegranate, providing us with that blessed attack buff. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up our video for today on Werewolf Cookie. As far as my overall conclusion goes, guys, absolutely not. Definitely not going to be worth investment. Unfortunately, the second buff is not enough, guys, is not enough. Still very, very lackluster. Absolutely deserves a third buff here, and hopefully they get it right this third time if they do release another buff for him, because again, the only cookie that you can really compare him to would be somebody like Maddie, and Maddie has a massive advantage over top of him being immune to debuffs. So again, gonna be very, very hard for you to pick and choose, you know, who to swap out for to test out Werewolf. Not only that, guys, the 20% chance to stun is a joke. It's an absolute joke. We got somebody like Wildberry Cookie who is stunning every single attack, and then you put in somebody like Werewolf who, yes, does AoE, but only had a 20% chance to stun, and again, you can't stun bosses. So at the end of the day, I don't know, man, really, really super lackluster. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel for everything Cookie Run Kingdom related. Let me know what your thoughts are down below as well. I'm very curious. As I mentioned, though, I just don't think that Wildberry Cookie is going to be worth your investment, especially with the new ceiling cap here for cookies at level 70, because again, you're going to need a lot of those resources, and there's a lot better options out there. Don't waste them on Werewolf Cookie, at least not until we see a third buff. But with that being said, though, guys, as always, I'll see you on the next one.